I'm having an adventure today. I've just caught the bus that's leaving there and it's dropped me off in the centre of Zakynthos Town. So we're going to go and explore. Come along with me. I'm at the bus stop. I'm heading to Zakynthos Town on the bus, hopefully. I've come for the 10:45 one. It literally took me 5 minutes to walk down the hill. I did go at a bit of a pace. I'm a bit worried though, because I saw a bus or something that looked like a coach going past. So I'm hoping that's not a... The buses are every half an hour, so I might just be waiting if I did miss it. It's €2 on the bus. We get on the bus at the same place we get off, here in Zakynthos Town. So the bus has dropped me off at Solomos Square, which is a big open plaza. It's got a little church and a few nice little buildings around. Very pretty. Not what I really imagine Greece to look like, in fairness, although it has got a nice Greek feel to it. Beautiful blue sky again. And then we're also overlooking the harbour. And there's a whole promenade all the way around there, so that's what I'm going to be exploring on my little adventure today. This is the church of St Nicholas of the Piero. It's been around since the 1560s and been destroyed a couple of times with earthquakes and rebuilt. So Zakynthos Town, great souvenir shops like everywhere else. Got lots of bars and restaurants. Also got lots of nice little buildings. And they seem to be doing lots of these big open squares. Very pretty. Really liking this place. I've ended up in a little back street and it's just lined with cafes, bars, souvenir shops, clothes shops, like the apartments up the top there. I don't know if people actually stay in Zakynthos Town itself, but it's lovely. Yes, I've just come back about 1 or 2 rows back from the sea. You can just see the sea down this little side street here. It's a really long street, is this? It's a good way of seeing a bit of the town. And I think I'll walk back the other way along the seafronts. Mr. Men books in Greek. I grew up on Mr. Men books, so it's funny seeing them there in Greek. It's getting a bit quieter as I've moved away from the centre, but still worth exploring. A big bell tower there. Shopping's your thing. This is obviously the street for you. Some names I've heard of, as well as just ordinary clothes shops and things like that. So I've come down what's turned into a bit less interesting. It is just normal shops. But found a little side street, and this does head right down to the waterfront. So we're going to do the waterfront now. Now on the waterfront, seems to be quite a busy main road. I haven't quite worked out how to cross it yet. But anyway, I'll head on this side. And I'm overlooking a bell tower and a big wheel. I've risked the main road, got across there. Now I'm just walking along this lovely waterfront. I didn't really have anything specific to see in Zakynthos Town, so I added the historic Church of the Virgin Mary, or the Panoramini, dating to 1633 to the list for later. This stretch of waterfront reminds me of the centre of Corfu town. Actually, Zakynthos and Corfu are 2 of the 7 main Ionian islands. This is the 3rd one I've visited, as I've also been to Kefalonia.
Although Zakynthos is an island, it's not far off the coast of mainland Greece, which you can see across the water in the distance.
Wandered up the boat here, it's a little bit windy, and found this what I think is a replica of a Greek ship. It looks like it. A little blue eye painted on the back. From the other side of the harbour, perfect view all the way around. I've walked to the end of the port. There's a big wheel at the top there. Doesn't like it's actually going at the minute, but it's fine. I don't think I need a big wheel today. So the church is Agios Dionysius, patron saint of the island apparently. And actually there's a bus stop there as well I just spotted, so this must be the other bus stop. So Solomos Square is all the way over there across the water. And I've walked around, but if you get to this end you can't go walking back. I think that's one of the bus stops. Yes, so the bus stop outside St Dionysius Church does take you back to Tsilivi, and it also takes you to Leganos and Argasi and a few other places as well. So you can come from all over the island into Zakynthos Town if you're staying in any other resorts. And of course, if you're feeling adventurous, and I'm not that adventurous today, you could catch the bus for €2 into town, get off at that stop, and then catch a bus out and about. I think you can get taxis everywhere to do that as well. I quite like the name St Dionysius. My 4 times great grandfather was a Dionysius, and actually I've got a big family history of Dionysiuses. Not Greek ones, they're from the middle of Lancashire, but there you go. Maybe the Greek name's why I like going to Greece. Just have a little shrine on a street corner.
Heading down this street, I followed the sign that I spotted earlier to the Fana Romini Church, which dated from 1633.
There's a little sign, the signs are mainly in Greek, but that little square mentions it in English as well. And there's a little QR code, so I'm guessing you could probably find the history if you try. Very nice. Can't go inside this one. I haven't really been out for lunch much, so I've stopped off for a cheeseburger. And I'm having a Coke as well. Just walking down to Solomos Square again. So it's 2 o'clock. The next bus is at 2:15 from here. So I've got another 15 minutes. And then after that, the next one's up at 4 o'clock. So on the opposite side of the church in Solomos Square, you've got this road, quite a busy road, cars parked up, and it just looks out over onto the sea. This is the Ionian Sea, I presume. And that will be Greece there in the distance. Yeah, so I'm on the seafront. I could go and walk the promenade, look at the waves splashing, but I don't think there's enough to keep me here for another 2 hours. So I'm going to catch the 2:15 bus back. That's the decision made. I'm hoping that's all bus there. They all look a bit similar. I'm only just round the corner. This is the back of the church that I started with. I see a bit of a queue building up for the bus as well. It was quite full when I got off. My stop was one of the last in Tsilivi. Everyone's probably doing the same, and they're all probably thinking, let's get back on the 2:15 bus too. Hopefully there'll be room. What a lovely way to spend an afternoon. On the bus, going back, let's see the harbour all over again.
The bus timetable did mention another stop in Zakynthos, which obviously meant the bus station. It is a fair way from the seafront is this one, so while it would be a great place to change for exploring the island, if you want the sights of the town you're better off getting off at Solomos Square.
So that turned out to be a really nice day out in Zakynthos Town. It was €2 each way on the bus, so €4 in total. Well worth it, to be honest. I was back in Tsilivi at just past 3 o'clock, so that was quite handy. And they dropped you off, not quite the bus stop that I actually quoted at. I had to go into town a little bit further. Whether or not I should have pressed the bell, I don't know. But anyway, I was back at the hotel in no time. I got back just as the cleaners were tidying my room, so I got hoofed straight back out again. So I've spent the afternoon lounging by the pool, which is a great way to finish the day. And now I'm all dressed up and ready to go out into town tonight. I'm not going to bother going to the buffet. I'm going to go and try some proper Greek food. So I've had a burger already, which is not very Greek, but now I'm going to go and see if I can find a Greek restaurant and have something Greek. It's a car and a half, isn't it? Lots of ways to get around. Now this is the one I picked. I've been walking past this and I really fancy this Lamb Kleftiko. So that is what I'm hopefully going to have. Table number 1. Gone for a glass of wine because why not? So as they say in Greece, yamas. I've gone for like a little taverna kind of restaurant, so I don't want to get everyone having the dinner. And I'm sat right on the pavement so I can watch the world go by. For my starter, I've gone for baked mushrooms. Well, I didn't leave any of that, it was absolutely delicious. This is Lamb Kleftiko. Now normally they do it in baking paper, but this place has done it in pastry, which is one of the reasons I came here, because I like the sound of that. This is one of my nostalgic Greek cuisine things. I've had Lamb Kleftiko a few times before and I always like it, so that's what I picked it for. I thought it was pastry, but it's more like bread, but it's absolutely stuffed full of lamb. Yeah, it's really tasty. And I've got my wine to go with it, which was a good choice as well. So this is the homemade limoncello. I'd forgotten about limoncello in Greece, and actually really, really good. So I'm going to have to be looking out for a bit more of that while I'm here. Now, heading down the strip, we've got Joker's Bar, who's been very good with tribute acts for the last few nights. Now, Magdalena's Bar has become one of my favourites, I have to say, because it's had entertainment. I need to go and walk some of this food off. That food was really good. Now, again, you get to Popeye's Bar, and you can go up the road. That's where the mini golf was. That's where I walked yesterday. This is where I walked the day before. So, lots going on. I'm going to have a wander. It's like being in America. You've got a gift shop superstore. Now, a bit quieter on this bit of the world. I've walked away from the bars and the restaurants. Lots of souvenir shops, they're all still open at 10 o'clock at night. I'm wandering down towards the seafront and there's little restaurants still here, everyone's still out eating. If you've watched my videos from Playa Blanca, there, the seafront was where the nightlife was all centred. Not the same in Tsilivi. Yeah, you're right on the beach, so you walk onto the beach, there's nothing. There are a few beachfront restaurants. If I actually want to go and walk on the beach, I'm going to get my feet wet. Yeah, not a promenading beach. I think I'm going to walk back into town and go and find some music. Again, lots of restaurants, still busy, way after 10 o'clock at night. And you've also got lively cocktail bars, and sports bars, and general bars. It's not all tribute acts. You've got the gastric band. I had a great night tonight. Had some really good live music. It's not all tribute acts actually. There were 3 guys playing things like the jam, proper band stuff. And it was really good. Makes a change. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like a bit of ABBA and stuff like that. But that was good to have something different. But now, I'm going to Magdalena's. They've got karaoke, it's not my thing. But I'm not in the mood to go to bed tonight. So that brings me to the end of my day in Zakynthos Town. Definitely recommend doing that if you're staying anywhere on the island of Zakynthos, to be quite honest, if you can catch the bus. It's a lovely little town to go and explore, so I've had a great time doing that, and that means I'm going to take home some holiday memories of my lovely day in Zakynthos Town.